Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you. As you are following this channel, it is very important to me to bring you as much information as possible about OnPassive. On this particular episode featuring our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, if you remember years ago when Mr. Mufara sat down with Dr. Bill Williams to share the reason behind the creation of OnPassive, as we understand, OnPassive has grown so far and so fast in the past years, but some information are still important to many of us as the early bird and actually new users coming in. So without further ado, here is Mr. Ash Mufara on Passive in the Nutshell.
My expectation from any business I want to do, I want to make sure it's unlimited. This is my always prior review and like immediate review to any offer I have. I want to make sure that is kind of scalable. It has enough. It's profitable. It's got good leverage. And if it gets stuck at any point, not going to be interested. So if we created something of our own, obviously it has to go in line with the unlimited factor, and it has to be 100% automated, not to rely on you or me or our discipline, commitment, or our daily fluctuation as a human being. I never can be predictable. My days, and no matter how much I got agendas everywhere, digital, handwritten, all of that, but it never goes on time. Uh, but I know systems will be always predictable. So I believe technology is more scalable, and it can go infinitely. I mean, more than we can imagine. So the thing you want to look at is we are structuring the result or the outcome of this whole journey. Money is the main thing of everything. It cannot be complete if we don't have any leverage. So the bottom line is to have that bottom line taken care of us, or for all of us. And again, that's a shared common. You want to make sure if you take care of that, you be able to get anything you want in life. Zig Ziglar. That's what people want in life. Give it to them. So we focused on the value and given everybody a fair uh, opportunity, fair chance, and fair platform, that exactly like the leaders we talked about in our previous topic, everybody is invited. And it shouldn't be a threat to any of us if we can succeed above the leaders or the owners. It's an honor. And I do have a culture of let's fill in our tank and fill up our tank first, no problem. But what are we going to do beyond that? I want to show that. I know it's not going to be ultimate. It's not going to be absolute. Everybody's going to like take care of their basics in life, and they're going to be so generous. I don't think it's going to be to that extreme. But what if we inspire 20% of our leaders that they are happy with what they got after a certain point in the progression, in the process, and they say, okay, how can I replicate this? What good can I do? In the DNA of our life, in the DNA of our human nature, it's proven clinically that the feeling of giving, the fulfillment of giving, is 10 times more rewarding than the feeling of taking. So let's reverse engineer. I want to be fulfilled. I want to have a meaningful life, a meaningful closure to my life. I want to have a meaningful legacy, beyond my So I already know how it works. Giving is going to give me that ultimate fulfillment. So I want to make sure we created the best, most profitable, unique, revolutionary financial model that ever existed. It's designed by heart and by care. Of course, there's some mathematical creativity and intelligence. Why not? I love that, and I believe it's possible. I believe the nature of our product and the viral effect can allow us all to win. There is no limit. I cannot predict how far we can go, but I know we are far better off with OnPassive. I mean, humbly, anything above zero is a progress. I know we're going to put some digits to the left side of that zero or many zeros, and it's a beautiful thing to make that impact. And I want to look at more of, yeah, money's great, but what I'm more in anticipation for, on the look for, what are we planning to do with that excessive money? Everybody have, their needs, their basics in life, no problem. Take care of that. But I'm very optimistic about that excessive. What am I going to do to my country, to my community, to my neighbors, to my people of interest? And if everybody impacts another one or two in life, we're going to make a very massive impact collectively. Uh, the numbers are exciting. If we get in there, I don't want to uh, kind of come across as any uh, compliance issue or guarantee, but I know something that what we have in OnPassive, it never existed, and I don't really have any possibility this will ever happen again in our lifetime. Not that it's technically unachievable, but the heart of making this pay plan and pay structure of OnPassive, uh, I have been in a very deep, uh, you know, focused area in my life that I know it's probably just a few men got to that point. I'm sure they existed, but you've got to combine it with the ability. So the willingness and the ability have to go in line. I know a lot of people have sweet heart, but are they capable of delivering such a thing? So it's not about the willingness. So we have the will, and we have a way, and we have the ability, and we've done it, and we've accomplished the most part of it. So I'm just humbled by the outcome so far. We're going to see impressive numbers all across. Many lives are going to be changed uh, in a very positive way due to OnPassive, whether they
Hey,
are inside OnPassive or even around OnPassive, meaning humanity in general. The whole world is going to be impacted. I roughly have about 200 different models. Still have them on papers on the computer. 200 different models and approaches. Once you lay out all the different options, it becomes more tangible to narrow down to the best features. So initially, I already had a large number of models. All right. And then we decided to go with the most attractive and simplified yet common. Because if I come day one and talk that kind of odd breed and strange creature, nobody's going to understand it. It's going to look, intimidating. So if I and it will be hard to believe. It will be difficult to understand. So we had to kind of stage it up. We had to go in phases. So what's the most common, the most simplistic way to understand? So we know what people like, what they're attracted to. So no problem. We'll give you this. But right from the beginning, we knew this is not necessarily going to be the final. But once we got that uh, founder's force and that ultra conviction that this is working, it's no longer questionable. Like it's validated by hundreds of thousands, and the added products. Then we realize uh, it's not about we're going to see how we do. We have all the evidences statistically that it already worked. It's a done deal. And then, so now we're confident, or we can dare to show the unbelievable structure to our founders, because we kind of built that uh, bond and that trust in between. So now if I can come up and say, listen, this is good, I know you like it, but what we had in the back of our mind, something even a higher level. So it is simpler, more doable, easier to explain. uh, I think it goes in the brain like in seconds to any average human being, and the outcome is far more rewarding. So I don't think anybody is going to complain. Ultimately, it's enough on the surface. If I say you get this much enough for free just to take a look, it's a done deal. So I want to make sure I keep enough reason for the customers to exchange that registration, which is the name and email address, to be able to get the details inside. And what it means ultimately, everyone when I look at OnPassive is a potential customer, is a free trial. So there are direct benefits to have more customers. If you have more, that's going to give you a personal advantage to your own network. So OnPassive has its own marketplace that you can build your own choices of other businesses, opportunities, networks, products infinitely. And that's another leverage. So that is only your network, whether you have 150 or 5,000, it's your network that's untouched from OnPassive. And let's consider that. So that can be additional income stream for all of us from the same structure, yet optional. So obviously, it can give you another advantage from that additional income stream from your own network marketing. So it's like one work, but multiple impacts. So any piece of Catmo, it can be a business model. If it's a complete, for those who don't know, the C stands for complete digital solution, and the A stands for automation and artificial intelligence, all done for you. And the T is targeted traffic or traffic. So any one of those pillars is sufficient to be a business on its own. And the last aspect, which is the MO, it just to rhyme it, we could have stopped M, but CATM, it's just odd, but CATMO, we like to be cool. So that's the money factor. So for us, this is the first time that I see the user of the product also is given an equal opportunity as the owners of the company to benefit and profit. So the effect of each element and each pillar of the CATMO can be disruptive by itself, but to put the whole thing, I can expect nothing less of a revolution. Some of our solutions and products alone, their market cap is very obvious. So when you provide something that is superior in value, more affordable, and you pay for it one time, and you pay for it, and you get a whole lot more. Uh, it's it's a no-brainer for us to attract the existing market of that product or a fraction of it. So now I know what's that market and I know the numbers. I mean, I can add it up, but I can legally I cannot put out those numbers, and they can really scare the average mentality and sound hypey and all of that. But I can do this. I can say every product of ONPASSIVE uh, can be a business on its own, any product, and will generate wealth more than any average opportunity out there, like nothing else. What I want to say is look at it from a different angle. Everything that we're using on passive, we're using it anyway. So if I'm not interested in the money factor, in the money aspect of on passive, I'm going to need those products anyway. Now, as an icing on the cake, can you tell me, for using this product, you're using it anyway, instead of you paying us as a company, we're going to compensate you for that? Anything above zero is a huge win. But we know the math, we know statistics. Okay, it's so you flip it, you can only leave it to your imagination. I know results are not going to be typical. It's not one thing. So but the opportunities there is unimaginable. It hasn't been done. I cannot see this happening anytime soon or in our life's time. uh, I don't think there's anything that is close to a passive pay structure. So let the results speak, and you're going to see so many success stories in the near future. That what we can showcase, but I can never flash out money and back offices and show this. We're a real business, brick and mortar. We have hundreds of employees and engineers. We're buying and leasing buildings and actual products. It's a real business, and providing real products we're going to use anyway, and we get to have a piece of that wealth or pie as users. I mean, why would I even want to question that? How much is up to the individual. I mean, those are the ones that are taking advantage of the pre-launch and pre-building their businesses and their future customer base. They're going to cut time frame. They're going to save so much time versus those who are sitting on the line and they think I'm going to come in as a customer and we'll see what happens. It's a different level. Or those who came in and said, I have a position, it's done for me. They're going to win, but the timeline is different. Because somebody's going to win on day one at different level than somebody that might have to wait a little bit more to get to that level. Put it this way,
Okay.
you're going to make an on passive like nowhere else, and whatever your dream is in on passive is possible. 53, you do the math. I've learned early on that if you want to become a man of wealth, you have to provide equivalent value to what your predicted wealth. Okay, so if we're looking at creating that massive global wealth and universal economy, we're talking about untapped uh, product value. So we have to preach value before we have any expectations. So we're working on the value, and I believe that will sell like hotcakes.
There you have it, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. If you would like to be part of OnPassive and join our ecosystem for free, please click above or scan the QR code above. And if you be kind and subscribe to this channel, please subscribe on that side. Thanks so much.